And our exhibits look quite empty, don't they? I mean, the shell is in here. We've got the building built, but we do need to decorate these up. But first, I think we're having a few problems with our exhibits. So I want to set up some work zones for our keepers because I don't think they're doing everything that they need to. So we've set up this one for the endangered exhibits just here. And all I've done is thrown the buildings, the exhibits into a work zone with a couple of staff zones. I think I'm going to add the education in as well, because then we can just assign one educator to do the talks on all of these animals. And I think that's enough. And I think now I'm going to segregate all of the rest of our zoo into little zones that our keepers and staff can use, because it's getting a bit crazy. So the frog shops are probably fine. We could have one work zone that's kind of the entrance. I think it might be better. What I'm going to do is, instead of frog shops, I'm going to add all of this into one work zone here. And then our vendors can work on including the education here. And then this is an area. So our educators, this can be one zone for our educators. It can be one zone for our keepers. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got a few habitats in it. I think one keeper can manage this. Like one experienced keeper can manage it. So I'm going to put them into frog shops and then change the name to be, what do you want to call this? Maybe just entrance zone. And then we're going to have, we've got tortoise and gazelle shops over here. That's going to need to change. So I think let's add in this area and then all of these. And we can have the staff areas over here as well. Like they might as well use the staff. I'm trying to think of the name of them. The staff rooms. That's it. They can use the staff rooms everywhere. I'm going to put all 3 of the staff rooms in and then just make sure we get this education in, because we want to make sure our educators are doing these zones. So this is a zone now for education. Don't worry about these bits, because our mechanic is just going to be a no work zone. I'm going to let them free roam everywhere, the same as our security guard and our caretakers. I don't think there's much point in zoning them. They can just go to what needs doing. So I'm going to leave them out of zones, but we do need to make sure we put in the keeper hut into this zone over here, as well as all the buildings over here. That can work over here. And then we can actually have the black rhino shops can just be the shops there with the staff zones. That's just for vendors. So now we should be able to put our educators into zones. We've got an educator here with no work zone. Let's put them on the entrance zone. We'll get another educator can go on the endangered exhibits area. And then we're going to need to hire another educator. And they can work in, what did we call it? The tortoise and gazelle shops. That's going to need to change name, because that's very confusing. I'm going to call this the Africa zone, because it's pretty much like our Africa whole. It's like the whole of the African area, pretty much, apart from these shops over here. And if we really wanted to, we could just throw all of the shops into one work zone. But I don't think it's a bad idea to split them up this way. We'll leave it for now. Maybe I'll change it later. But I think that these are far enough away where it might cause a problem if everyone is in one area. So I'm happy to just leave it like segregated for those two. And then keepers need to go into areas. So we're going to have one on the Africa zone. I think we're going to need an experienced keeper in the Africa zone, and then an experienced keeper in the endangered exhibits, and maybe another keeper for the endangered exhibits as well. The thing is, it doesn't take long to look after them. I'm going to see how one keeper goes and leave the other keeper for the Africa zone, because there's a lot of animals in here. It's 3 separate habitats, but they've got, this one's got 2 species in it. Although there's more to do down here. I think actually the extra keeper should probably go into the entrance zone, because we've got 3 different exhibits, which I think 4 of them have animals in them. So there's 4 full exhibits of animals, plus 1 animal here, and then 2 animals in here, like species. So there's quite a lot to do in there. And then this exhibit isn't in a work zone. Okay, well that's not good, is it? Oh, it should be. Is there not a keeper in this? Where are our keepers? Let's have a look at our keepers here. One should be on endangered exhibits. Yeah. So why can't you reach that? you've got a keeper hut. I think that might have been a false alert, because it seems to have resolved itself. Oh, and we've got this reward as well. We've adopted and placed loads of exhibit species. We've smashed that one. Get some cash. I think this will work a lot better. We still don't have ATMs, but that's fine. We could just throw a couple of ATMs in to stop the alerts. We could put a couple of ATMs in just near where the shops are. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe color them so they're a little bit less gross. Have like a darker green. I think that's pretty reasonable. We put a couple of these in. And then we put a few in over here as well. In fact, they could go here. Remove these 2 benches next to the bins that no one wants. And then duplicate these ATMs over. And then we put another set over here by the shops. I mean, they shouldn't really need them for these, but it's not the end of the world. And I think there's enough space here to have a few in. I don't think the queue's back onto them that badly. So they've got ATMs to use. I believe also they are free. I don't want to be charging for ATMs. Yeah, 0. Cool. That's what we want. I'm going to synchronize prices across all of them because I don't want one of them to accidentally be changed. And we don't need to do much construction on them. They have a positive impact, I think. Oh, that's not good. There's a vandalized bin there. Let's replace that. Have we had many more things of crime? No, it's just that. Okay. Well, that's not good. I don't like that people are knocking our bins over. We should probably have a few more bins just around because we've not got that many, especially in the new area. There's none inside. Let's put a few bins in where they seem pretty reasonable to go. Because I don't want them littering inside. There we go. Okay. Let's continue on with our exhibits here. I want to get these going. We've got our Herman's tortoise. We've got more females. Perfect. Let's get both of them. And I think they can... We need one more female in here. Let's put 2 females in this back one. Because we want to have 4 of them in each habitat, each exhibit. So there's 3. And then in here, it's a male and a female. And here, it's 2 females. Okay. We'll get more as we go. We'll get more. If we can buy them, that's great. If we need to breed them, we can also do that. And now we just need to release an African spurred tortoise into the wild and have conservation rating of 2 stars. We've almost got there. We're on 1.8. Oh, and some of them don't have power, the ATMs. Ah, that's an issue. Okay, well, we may have to just switch around where these are located. Okay, that seems good. That seems to work. That's what we like. And we've had baby terrapins. Oh, awesome. I thought it was tortoise then. I got a bit more excited. But terrapins are also great. More babies of them is perfect. Where have they had them? Maybe in here. Oh, I suppose they'll go straight into the exhibit trading, won't they? Yeah, we've got 6. My goodness. We've stored 6 of them in here. Oh, does that mean it's booted out? The young ones are better than the old ones. Oh, okay, cool. That's good. I was going to say, these are quite old. Well, let's quick trade all of these. It's 3,000. That's loads. It's going to earn us loads of money, these. And over here, we do need to put a roof on the place, but we also need to decorate up inside. I think let's do some internal decoration and make this place look a bit nicer. For each of the animals, I wanted to give them some kind of prop that represented their animal. Even if they didn't have a specific animal construction piece for them in the game, they had something that could represent their general animal type. And then I wanted to put display boards in to have big screens to teach guests about the animals, as well as the smaller education boards, because I think they're quite small. When you're doing big exhibits, you want big education boards to go with them. And I love the decorated logs, so I had to continue them from the previous building and put them in here. There's basically like supporting beams for the building. And then I wanted to add in the same red lights that we had in the rest of the building, because especially for the spider exhibit, those guys are nocturnal, so I definitely don't want them to have these white lights come on when they're basically waking up and they go, oh, is it daytime again? I thought it was nighttime. So I didn't want to have any confusion or cause them any harm. We're trying to make them as ethical as possible. Okay, I feel like that is a huge amount of decoration we've just added to the inside of this building, and the place has come alive loads from doing that, which I really like. We do need to add in, oh, I've just seen there's like a, I'm gonna get rid of that. There's a piece of rope, which I don't like. I think this will join on fine. Is that joined? Oh, I'm not even sure this area is joined up. Now it's joined up, I think. Yeah, I think that's joined up. We could put flooring in here. It's annoying that like the ground is like this. We could probably flatten it out. No, it's the same anyway. I guess we just have short grass outside. It's a little bit irritating, but there's not a huge amount we can do about it. We could lay new floor, but I like the bamboo flooring when it works. And it just goes a bit weird in a few sections, like here. I don't fully understand why. If we connect it up, would it get rid of it? We won't be able to. We'll never know. But it's generally okay. And I think when the roof's on, we're not going to notice very much. So let's have a look for some more Herman's tortoise as well. Oh, there's another female here. Let's get this female and put her in here, because I think we're missing one from this habitat. Yeah, there's 2 and 2 now. And that hasn't booted anyone out, has it? We don't have any in storage. No, cool. So this is almost full. It's got 2 in here, 4 in here, and 2 in here. So we just need to keep getting some more of these. And our tarantula one is working well. We've got 2 in here. They're living their best lives. We don't have any layout improvements for these guys. Or, oh, we do for these guys though. Oh, the Herman's tortoise. Let's put them in then. Let's put in everything, I think, and see how it looks. Wow, that's like a huge transformation for the habitat. Look at that. It's so much more interesting. Okay, cool. I like that a lot. And it's got all our wooden posts and everything. Yeah, I like that. Oh, we're missing a thing on the top here. We do need one of those. Just to complete the roof area, because this will also... We'll need it there anyway when we put the PVC in, when we expand the building, because the building's got to go this way as well. But we might as well add that in now, because it kind of completes the look of the area. And to be honest, we could put the one in the middle too. There's probably good. That looks a bit better as well, rather than just having a wall on its own. Well, now we've done all of this, and it's all decorated up with all these spiders on here, let's learn a little bit more about the Mexican red-kneed tarantula. The Mexican red-kneed tarantula is a species of spider that lives in the scrublands, deserts, and forests of Mexico. It has a black body and legs, orange to red coloration on the joints, and like all tarantula species, a body that's covered in sensitive hairs, and that's the freakiest part about them. They measure around 10 centimeters long with a leg span of 15 centimeters, and they're nocturnal, living in burrows during the day and spending their nights hunting for prey. They feed on insects, small amphibians, and small mammals. Mexican red-kneed tarantulas don't need to eat often. After a large meal, they may not hunt again for another month, which I could never do. The Mexican red-knee tarantula has 2 small claws on the end of each of its legs that allow it to climb smooth surfaces, and it uses its legs to pick up tiny vibrations in the ground when hunting and ambushing prey. The end of the tarantula's legs are also able to sense smell and taste as well as touch. The venom of the Mexican red-knee tarantula is not strong to humans, and the bite is said to be equivalent to a bee sting, although I still wouldn't want to chance it. The Mexican red-knee tarantulas are solitary animals, and they're likely to be aggressive towards each other if kept together in a terrarium, so it's a good idea to only have 2 for our zoo. During reproduction, the females lay between 200 and 400 eggs in an egg sac, which they then guard in their burrow for 1 to 3 months, carrying it with them when they leave until the spiderlings hatch. They are protected by their mother in the burrow until their first molt, after which they will venture out and become independent. Unfortunately, the Mexican red-knee tarantula is a vulnerable species, and its current population in the wild is unknown. So hopefully our zoo can help to put a stop to that and breed their numbers back up so they become a stable population again. I think we should get some vet research going as well, because we must have finished this one now. Yes, we finished our Terrapin research, so let's move on to the next animal we've got in here. I think it was the fire salamander we put in first. And let's also see what we've got for the Terrapins now. We must have loads more layout. Yeah, awesome. Look, let's put all of this in. I love the logs and stuff on the top. It makes such a difference. Whoa, these mangrove roots are amazing. They really make the habitats come alive when you have these things in here. So I am super excited to put all of them in. That's great. And hopefully we'll get our fire salamander research done quickly and we can carry on with that. I don't think we've missed any layouts for everyone. It's just the tarantula and we've done Herman's tortoise, the fire salamander and the tarantula that we need to do. That's what we're missing right now. And it looks like we've done a challenge as well. We've got a conservation rating to 2 stars. Amazing. So now we need to release an African spurred tortoise to the wild and have at least 2,300 guests in the zoo. Well, we could start a marketing campaign. Oh, I've just realized I've set that to be 20, not 10. Okay. What do the guests think of the price? Apparently it's great still, so that's good. And they could do with a drink. Okay, well, I don't think it's the worst. We have no marketing running at all, though. So let's get some marketing campaigns going. I'm trying to think where this is. I think it's in finances. Yeah, marketing. Let's just do some cereal box adverts and maybe, yeah, we'll do cereal box adverts. And I think that does families. That appeals to families mostly. So it's only a cheap one. We'll renew it. It's 1,000 a year. It's nothing crazy. And that should get the word out at least about our zoo. Now we do need to set up the education in here properly because at the minute, this is in May. This is in July. And there's nothing else organization-wise. So after July, we're going to want this to be September. And then this one to be November. Where's the tarantula one? Did I not put it in? I don't think I put it in. Let's have that here. So this is going to be November, and it's going to be about the Mexican red-knee tarantula. And they can handle them. That'll be a cool talk. So then after November, we're going to January for the Herman's tortoise, which they can handle as well. And then March for these guys. And that is a perfect year. We've got May, July, September, November, January, March. So there's a month between every talk, which should give them time to go to the staff room if they need to and have a break. Many alerts about our work zones. I'm going to train up everyone as well. Who has a problem? I'm going to put this into the work zone as well. We haven't put any of the education in. What's wrong? They should all be in here. Oh, it's this one. This one in the corner they're going to struggle to reach. Thinking about it. Yeah, that could be the issue. Is that the problem here? No, you should be able to reach all of that. Well, that's just gone away, though. I don't know if it's just glitching out a little bit. That is going to be a problem, the one in the corner. So I think we're going to have to hold off putting any tortoise in here until we expand the building. And then I'd like this to be one where they can walk around the whole way. But I think for now, in its kind of modular fashion, that is good enough for the building there. And we should probably decorate up these little areas in here, even if for now we just put like some long grass in. It should make this area look a lot better. I'm going to try to put it on like 2. I should be able to control it a bit more. I think that's a bit better. Maybe we have another couple of trees behind. Let's put some beech trees and sycamores in. I think oak is another tree that should be here as well. I'm going to turn off align to surface and turn on random rotation so we can get these in properly. But I'm pretty sure we found some naturally occurring oak trees. Yeah, we did. So let's put in a couple of oaks as well. And that can blend into this area here reasonably well. I'd like to have a sycamore as well, just because I feel like they match in well. Part of the same like family that we've got here. Cool. That looks a lot better to me. Having just some trees behind. Now, it is obviously missing a roof. Thankfully, the power seems to serve all of this area. Yeah, that's perfect. But we will need more power for the next one. And despite the sudden downpour of rain, I think let's start building the roof here. And I'm going to do something a little bit different than we've done for the other roofs, which you guys were saying I haven't done yet in this zoo, even though I have done it previously on the channel. And it fits in super well with our eco-friendly theme. I'm going to make a green roof here. And then what I'm thinking is if we expand the building further, we can go back to the straw roof, but we've got a nice green roof here that can be accessed via this ramp as well. So it makes a lot of sense to have it here effectively rather than anywhere else. Because we've already got the ladder up to the top. You'd only want to do it when there's access to the roof. And a few of these buildings do have it, but this is the first large scale access where we can just make it flat, put a nice green roof in, give back to nature a little bit, and it's near the wetlands area, so I feel like its impact will be magnified a little bit with the cross-pollination with all the plants that we have there. So let's do that. For that, we're basically going to make it flat with mud, and then, I think we've used wood in this building, so we'll use a wooden roof. So for now, let's put that flat wooden roof on, and I'm going to make a lip around the outside with the mud pieces. That seems to have covered most of it. That seems pretty good. The only slight problem now is this thatch area is coming through. So you might want to adjust where that is. I mean, if it could be like that, that would probably be better. Might just raise it up on the sides here, the two thatch pieces. I think that's pretty reasonable still. It still looks decent. It still works. Right, and then the mud along the outside as well. Okay, that looks pretty good. We've got the mud roof in. And now we want to search for the pieces called mulch. And I believe this is... it's in nature. Called mulch. And then we can get the nice 4x4 flat pieces. And we can snap it to this grid here. If I turn off random rotation, that's going to be much easier to get these in properly. We can lay these down to have a nice layer of mulch across the whole floor. In fact, the position snap isn't working super well on these. So I think I might turn position snap off. And do it just manually. There we go. That is a full roof there. Oh my goodness, we're about to have our baby Rhino as well. That is a crazy exciting thing. I cannot wait for that. So hold on. We are going to... Yeah, it's October in year 28. I'm going to pause the game. And we're going to finish off this roof first. And then we're going to see the Rhino baby. So if we filter these plants by biome temperate, which is where we are, and continent North America, also where we are, we can have a look for some flowers that would naturally grow here, and then we're just going to plant these on the top. I'm thinking maybe buffalo grass is a little bit boring, but it could be good. I think we want to go more flowers, really, don't we? Something with a bit more vibrance to it. So let's do random rotation, align to surface. we're going to have, in fact, I won't align to surface because it should be in the right orientation anyway. We're going to have cornflowers and what else? Meadow buttercups and tickseed and maybe a fourth one. Have we got twin flowers here as well? Yeah, maybe some twin flowers as well. That should be plenty, and that will look really nice when it's all in there. I think that's probably pretty good. We've got a few of them. The twin flowers obviously stick above everything else, but I think that's quite nice that they poke out of the surface and then everything else just complements here with the other flowers. And that will be huge for the biodiversity in the area. This can hopefully have some like amazing life for insects, and we're not using that space anyway. You know, it's roof space that we weren't using. We've still got a whole building under here that is completely functional, and you wouldn't know otherwise, but we have given a huge space back to the environment. And you can think that this kind of offsets the level of the building, because the space we would have used for this building, we've just raised up effectively and put the stuff back on the top, but even more rich for biodiversity than it was before. You know, you've got more plant species and everything, more insects can live here. It should be pretty good, I think, for them. So I'm quite happy with this. And now let's see our baby rhino be born. This is a huge day for our zoo. I cannot wait. It says the offspring is imminent, so... Oh, she's lying down. This is probably it. Oh my goodness. Look at them. They're so cute. She just had one. Yeah, just one little baby. Oh, they are adorable. I clicked the wrong button there. They are absolutely adorable. Look at them. They're trotting away. Oh, they look so happy. Oh. They're adorable. They're probably my favorite baby animal in the game that I've seen. They're so cute. Look at them. Just walking around with their mama now. That is precious. Well, I'm super happy with that. And we've effectively bred a critically endangered species. Now you can see this species is only 3,150 in the wild, and now we've just created another one. We've bred another one in here. That's amazing. Well, following on from that success, I think now the Herman's tortoise are in here as well, let's learn a bit more about the Herman's tortoise. Herman's tortoise is a small species of tortoise that is found throughout the coastal forests of the Mediterranean. The carapace is patterned in yellow and black and varies based on the subspecies and by individual. The eastern subspecies is much larger than the western, reaching sizes of up to 28 centimeters long compared to 18 centimeters long for their counterparts. Females are generally larger than males in this species. Depending on their size, Herman's tortoises can weigh between 2 kilos and 4 kilos. The Herman's tortoises hibernate for 6 to 12 weeks a year, which is such a dream. And the shell of the Herman's tortoise is made of up to 60 interconnecting bones. The exact life expectancy of Herman's tortoise is unknown, but it is thought to be up to 120 years. Herman's tortoises are the slowest growing tortoise species, and before their shell hardens, young Herman's tortoises are vulnerable to predation from magpies, wild boars, foxes, and hedgehogs. Herman's tortoises only spend time together to mate, but they do tolerate nearby individuals provided there's enough space and food available, so having them in groups like we do is absolutely fine. During the breeding season in February, when the Herman's tortoises have emerged from hibernation, the males vocalize with high-pitched calls. Females locate and select a mate based on these vocalizations, so you have to do it right. Both the males and females mate with multiple partners over the course of the mating period, and the males that encounter rival males may engage in aggressive behavior such as ramming contests. So we'll have to keep an eye on that when they're mating in our zoo. 90 days after mating, the female digs a shallow hole and lays her eggs into it. Each clutch is made up of between 2 to 12 eggs, and up to 4 clutches may be laid per breeding season. After laying, she covers the eggs with dirt and leaves, providing no parental care whatsoever. Roughly 75% of the eggs hatch after incubating in the nest for a further 90-day period. This should mean that they hatch at the beginning of autumn. The sex of the hatchlings is determined by the temperature of the egg, producing only males at a temperature of 26 degrees and only females at 30 degrees, which is crazy. For the first 5 years of their lives, Herman's tortoises remain close to their natal site where their shell fully develops and hardens. They are fully grown at 10 years old, which means they have so much life ahead of them after they're fully grown. Having said that, unfortunately, the number of Herman's tortoises in the wild have declined due to habitat loss through construction, wildfires, and herbicides, as well as poaching for the pet trade. Therefore, they've been assessed as a vulnerable species, which is awful. Road construction separates tortoise populations and reduces mating opportunities and genetic exchange. Because Herman's tortoises take so many years to mature, they are particularly susceptible to this, as they are often killed before having reproduced at all. Captive breeding and reintroduction schemes are in place to help increase the numbers of wild tortoises, but we need to do our part to help them as well in this zoo. And I think that's enough for this video. We have finished off this building. Look how cool it is. We've got 4 more exhibits in here, and they're all decorated up. And we even had a baby black rhino. What a cool day is that? I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a like. It really helps the channel out. And I'll see you in the next one.